What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we're gonna talk about Miss Marvel Classic. She's gonna drop into the game today, and we're gonna take a look at which T4s ISO8 you should be applying on her, if this is a character that you should core for or not, and where you're gonna get some value out of her. Is it just Alliance Wars, or can we squeeze anything else out of this classic character, right? So we're gonna break down all the information that you need to know in order for you to get ready. And as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure you share it to your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content. Yes, bro, I almost said the wrong channel. And make sure you smash that like button like a boss. Okay, so Miss Marvel Classic, the third version or fourth version of Miss Marvel that we have in the game, and she's pretty solid. She's part of the A-Force, aka Absolute A-Force, and she's cosmic. That's going to be an important topic because some people are going to consider her for Dark Dimension. I don't think that will be the case because her ultimate requires a lot of energy. It costs like 10 energy. So if you take her to Dark Dimension and if you pair it up with characters like Thanos, then that means that she's gonna absorb all the energy and you'll not have energy for the other characters. Now, don't get me wrong, she's very solid, she's very good, but because of that, because her cooldown on the ultimate is so big, she's gonna drain all that energy from Thanos, and you really don't want. Okay, now taking a look at the website and taking a look at her T4s. On the basic, primary target deals more damage. This is not going to affect other abilities. She does normal damage, single target, it's not a big deal. We have increased healing, that's not a big deal as well. Now what's important is right here, these charges. With the ISO8 attack, we are going to get these charges as well. And this is huge, this is really huge, because these charges are going to give her a ton of benefits. Unfortunately not energy, but these charges are very important. We'll take a look in a second. So, do the T4s on the basic? No, but you should still consider the basic as Striker ISO8 because of obtaining these charges. We'll talk more about that in a second. Okay, so with the special, we are going to get more evades and more damage to the primary target and secondary target. This is okay because you have the drain, but you also have healing, so you have healing and drain. It's not gonna matter, right? So this is another T4 that you could skip unless you really want to get those evades. Evades is always important, but it really depends on how you're gonna use this character and if you're going to use the team or not. Now, something you should notice is that it says A-Force, right? In my opinion, you're gonna be able to make two A-Force teams, one for defense and one for offense. And there's exactly where this T4 is going to shine, because if you apply evades to characters like Jessica Jones or the other Captain Marvel or whatever else, then you are on a very nice situation. It's going to be like Echo when she applies evades to everyone, or Shadow King, so this is definitely a powerful ability. And the cooldown for energy, this is very legit. So once again, this is a powerful ability. 2 evades on every character, I think is just great. So this is definitely a T4 that you should consider, even if you are not getting a lot of value in terms of the other abilities. In terms of the ultimate, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 energy for this ability. This is why you don't want to take her to Dark Dimension, because once again, you want to bring Thanos always. He's gonna be the priority character all the time. And a character like this with a very high cooldowns is going to steal energy from your other characters, and it's just inconvenient. Now, in terms of the T4s, more damage to the primary target, okay. Apply Safeguard to Absolute A-Force characters. So once again, if you're gonna make a hybrid team, one for defense, one for offense, this might come into play. The Safeguard works in all game modes, so that's gonna be a huge deal. Dark Dimension, Blitz, whatever else you want to play with this character, she's gonna get a Safeguard, huge value there. But overall, it's not an amazing T4 because you're going to use this ability only one time. You can use it turn 1 or turn 2, as you want to prioritize or the evades for the entire team, or you want to prioritize the Safeguard for the absolute A-Force characters. This is kind of lame. This is, in my opinion, this is not a good ability. I wish this ability would be like a second turn ability, because that would really increase the value of this character on defense. And like this, we always use this ability turn 1, so it's definitely not optimal, but we can still play around with it. Okay, so in terms of this T4, yeah, you have to do the T4 because of the safeguard, but if you don't do the safeguard, it's fine. Like, once again, if you're gonna use her together with other T4 characters that are not absolute, you are not getting anything, so you could skip this T4 as well, just making the special the one that you really need for sure. And finally, we have the passive. As you guys can see, this is a huge passive. There are a ton of stuff here that we have to mention. So when this character is attacked, and if she has charged and she does not have exhaust, so that's already a ton of conditions. She's gonna heal herself and absolute A-Force allies, clear bleeds, clear 2 negative effects, and then lose 1 charge. So this is the important mechanic, because when she has charges, she'll have other benefits as well. On turn and at the end turn, if she's charged, gain taunt. And once again, she only loses the charge if she is attacked. So that means that she can taunt for multiple turns, depending on how many charges she has. And this is going to be somewhat similar with like a hybrid between Gladiator and Sasquatch. So she's in between those two characters. While this character has charged, she cannot have trauma, heal, block, disrupt, defense down, slow, or stun. So it's like she has immunity, but not really, right? It's better than immunity because you cannot dispel this ability. You can still remove charges from her with characters like Silver Surfer, but or Nightcrawler with his ultimate, but it's not like a major deal. When this character loses charges, clear the taunt from her, so she's gonna be somewhat protected like that. Clear negative effects from herself. Absolute A-Force characters apply offense down, speed up, and counters for the entire team. So it's actually a good thing when you lose the charges, right? Because you are getting all these buffs. Speed up, offense up, and counters, are you kidding me? And remember that when she counters, she's healing herself, she's healing allies, and on top of that, she's getting the charges that she so desperately needs, right? So if you can give charges to her early on, and then someone removes the charges, then she's going to buff the entire team, and this is going to be absolutely huge. Not only in Alliance Wars, but in all game modes, because, well, it has no limitations, right? And then we have in War, she's going to spawn with 5 charges. So in a way, it's good, but in another way, it's not as good, because it's more harder for you to trigger this ability. When this character or Absolute Force drops below 40% health, clear disrupt, apply defense up, evades, death proofs, and safeguard for that character, from that character. I guess it's for that character. It's a little bit misleading here. While this character has charged 25% damage reduction, and she can have defense up. So that means she's gonna have a total of 75% damage reduction, which is huge. It's really, really huge. In War, on enemy death, apply safeguard immunity to self and all A-Force allies. And this is part of what? This is part of this mechanic here. Okay, so this is part of this mechanic here, so not super important. So if you want to skip another T4 for this character, that's fine too. So the only T4 that you really, really need is the special, then maybe consider the ultimate, then the passive, and then the basic. In terms of the isolate, I think she's definitely going to be a striker, because once again, you want her to have as many charges as possible. She does not have a lot of negative effects, if any, so skirmisher not important. She has no assists. The barrier would be okay for her, just in case that you cannot heal up with her, but she clears so many negative effects, and she is immune to heal block while she's charged, so I don't think it even makes sense to use her as a fortifier. So I think the best way is really to go with a striker, because once again, remember, as soon as she gets charges and then she loses all the charges, she's gonna get all this stuff. Offense up, speed up, and counters. Are you kidding me? Like, she's going to be an absolute monster. And I'm very excited for this character. Now, is she as important as Kaori? Definitely not. Kaori, she has insane individual value, and she's already meta together with other characters in Cosmic Crucible, and Kaori does not have this problem with the energy in Dark Dimension. So yes, sure, Miss Marvel Classic is gonna be an absolute beast in Alliance Wars and outside of Alliance Wars as well. But it's up to you. It's up to you. There are some opportunities for her to use her in Crucible, but it's definitely not something you should rush for. So maybe you want to hold on your power cores at least for a while. There are a lot of events coming to Marvel Strike Force, so maybe core for Kaori and wait a little bit for you to put your hands on these Miss Marvel Classic. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, and if you found the video helpful, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Mouse Strike Force content, and I will catch you guys later.